So, welcome back. Week 1 of NFL free agency is officially over. We're officially in week 2. And the score recently did a mock draft post free agency, obviously week 1 edition. So, this is Dan Wilkins and Dan Belbeck. I want to go over it, live reaction to it, and give you guys some of my thoughts on what placements and where they have everybody going. So, number 1, obviously, Justin Fields got traded, so that means Caleb Williams is officially going to be the quarterback of the Chicago Bears. And I think it's a good thing. Obviously, I think we all knew Caleb was going to be the number 1 overall pick. It just mattered, just depended on who would the Bears, keep him and go with him, which I think would have been malpractice not to draft him, or stay with Justin Fields and trade away the number 1 overall pick to somebody else and get like a generational haul for that number 1 overall pick. But with the Justin Fields trade being done, it officially looks like they're going to go ahead and trade him. Next, the Commanders. So they have the Commanders getting Drake May. Some people say Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels may be the pick to go here just because of how Cliff Kingsbury has been. Even though not to say Drake May is a very mobile quarterback, but if you just take a look at, the Drake Mays, take a look at the, who he has coached so far. Caleb Williams. With Jaden Daniels is closer to Caleb Williams than he is to Drake May. He also coached Johnny Manziel, right? He also coached Patrick Mahomes, right? Those guys, but Drake May is more of the Patrick Mahomes way, and the other two I name, I think Jaden Daniels fits. So I think either quarterback they go right here isn't a mistake. But to me, the only way the quarterbacks go 1, 2, and 3 is if Jaden Daniels goes here. I don't think Jaden Daniels goes to the Patriots, in my opinion. I don't think the Patriots do that. So, let's go here. And it's surprising, they have the Raiders moving up. They don't actually tell you what the trade is, but they move up from number 13 with the Patriots. And I understand that. So they go ahead and Raiders get Jaden Daniels. They do need a quarterback. I do think they make a move. So if Drake May does go here, I can see this happening. It all depends if the Patriots the Patriots need a quarterback. It just depends where they're going to draft. To me, I think they get Bo Nix in the second round, or I can see them getting somebody like if Bo Nix gets picked early in this round. I can see them going for like a Michael Penix Jr., somebody of that caliber. But you need to give that guy receivers. So that means they must be. I think the Pats do go receiver in round 1 if Drake May isn't there at 3. That's my opinion as well. So they have that going in this draft. Next, we have the Vikings, which I think everyone thinks the Vikings will move up to get J.J. McCarthy. I do think that's their quarterback. That's the guy that they're going to want. That's the guy they're going to get. So whether that's them moving up at 4 or 5, they're moving up to get J.J. McCarthy. So it's going to be a 4 or 5, maybe possibly 6 straight. Yeah, probably 6. They probably move up to the 6 to get J.J. McCarthy. They have to move to 4 or 5 because if not, I think J.J. McCarthy is going to end up being with the Giants. If J.J. McCarthy's there at 6, he's going to end up being there. If the Chargers if Marvin Harrison Jr. were to slip to 5, I don't think this is going to happen. I think there is a possibility that the Cardinals don't trade up and they pick Marvin Harrison Jr., which I think is a smart thing to do because he won't be there when they want to get him. And I don't think Rome is going to be there if they were to trade up with the Vikings from 11 as well. So if Marvin Harrison Jr. were to fall to the Chargers, this would be the greatest thing on earth for the Chargers. From losing all their receivers just to get Marvin Harrison Jr., that would be great for them. So I don't think this is likely to happen, but hey, I do think Neighbors and Harrison go for 4. I don't think Neighbors or Harrison go past 4 or 5, unless somebody trades up. Tennessee is hoping Joe Alt falls to them, unless the Giants do something stupid and draft Joe Alt. Obviously, Evan Neal isn't turning out what we thought. He's not turning out what we thought. So Joe Alt may be good. They might move Evan Neal to guard, perhaps. Dallas Turner here at edge. I like this pickup. Obviously, with the addition of Kirk Cousins. Some people think, hey, maybe you do get a receiver along with Kirk Cousins, which I don't know. If Rome is there, is it appealing for them to go ahead and... Well, they did get Darnell Mooney and Rondell Moore, so maybe not. So they do need the pass rusher. So Dallas Turner falling here would be a great, great thing for this team. So I'm not mad at that. I think if Rome's here, they definitely go ahead and get this guy. If Rome's here, he's definitely going to be the pick for them. 100%. This is going to be the guy. If he's a receiver, this is the perfect landing spot for him. The only place I could other in the top 10 I can see him really going if Tennessee wants to give up on Treylon Burke and say, hey, let's just go ahead and get a receiver now for our new weapons room. Well, no, we got Calvin Ridley, so they don't even need him. Yeah. Unless the Chargers or the Giants have Rome higher than Neighbors, that's the only way I see him going. Or unless Marvin Harrison Jr. gets at 3 and the Patriots stay. So, but Rome, 2, they don't need Rome actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, because you have more, you have more. You have more. You have Keenan Allen you just traded for. You have enough pass catch weapons. You don't need to go. You could go round 2, maybe round 3, go back and dip in and get a receiver, but no. To me, you need some offensive linemen. I go ahead and get an offensive lineman here if I'm them. To me, that makes way more sense to go offensive lineman. I don't agree with them going with a receiver again at 9. So I think that's what's gonna happen, and I think Rome actually slips, and the Jets pick up Rome. So that's my hot take. Rome goes to the Jets because of the fact that he's probably going to be there at 10, depending on if the way this draft's shaking up right now, he's going to be there at 10. Because I think they need to go offensive lineman. They go Mims here. I think that's what they need to do. Brian Thomas Jr., Brock Bowers. I don't think Brock Bowers is going to be here. I think Rome is actually going to be the guy that get there. But if Rome gets picked, Brock Bowers is 100% a Jet, and that's what you go with. With this trade, they have them then and Brian Thomas Jr. I like this pickup. This is a real explosive guy, really, really explosive, deep field, bigger receiver down the threat. I think him and Kyler Murray will mesh really, really well. Bo Nix, this seems to be the Broncos guy. I'm not a huge fan of Bo Nix. I don't think he's that good. But he may be a Sean Payton guy, and I do think they're gonna have to go quarterback or they go online, but they're gonna have to go quarterbacks. They actually have to go quarterback no matter what. So either they're gonna trade up early. I think if Jaden Daniels goes here at 2, they may be calling the Patriots and trying to trade up to get some to see if they can get Drake May, if it's possible. The New England Patriots, they have them going with. I don't know how to say his name. The tackle out of Penn State. I think that's where the Bears should go instead of doing that. Jared Verse, Florida State. I don't think this is post the signing of. This is post signing of. I don't think he goes here, for the fact that they just signed Chase Young and he's going to be there. I don't think he's there. I think they go offensive lineman and they retool that offensive line, get another offensive lineman. Terran Arnold, cornerback. I like this pickup for them. I think they can double dip back in the first round and get somebody beginner quarterback, especially where in their division where it's going to be super quarterback heavy with Trevor Lawrence and CJ Stroud. I like that. Latu. This is something that I've been seeing a lot, that he's that's somebody they really, really want. They do need some edge rushers, do need some D linemen. I can see Jared Verse going here for the simple fact he may fall, but I'm hearing that they really like Latu. He's a West Coast guy on their side, so possibly. Cooper. I think the Jaguars need to go offensive linemen. I do understand they do need some DB help, but I think they need to go offensive lineman, get some of his tackle. One thing, the Jaguars aren't good at protecting Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, they signed Mitch Morris and a couple of other offensive linemen, but I think you need to continue to invest into that offensive line. So I definitely got that. And this move here, I don't think he goes here because they're signing Trent Brown today. So Trent Brown did get signed today. So I do think they go defensive lineman. And I think they might go Byron Murphy here if he's here. I do think they go Brian Murphy here if he's available. So I don't think that's going to happen. This is where I actually see Cooper going. I see Cooper being a Los Angeles Ram. But if Byron is here, he's going to go. Aaron Donald just retired. You just saw my last video. I talked about he's the greatest defensive player to ever play the game of football. He just retired. So there is a possibility that you know, they go after him here. Jackson Powers, they have two here. Potential picks. I do think the Steelers, I'm a Steelers fan, we either go tackle or center. In my humble opinion, we go JPJ. We don't make the mistake what we did the last time where we drafted somebody else instead of getting the center. James Daniels can play center, and Herbert can move to the guard if we need to. So if Troy Fanatu is there, I think we should go him. But I know we really like Mims a lot. And hopefully we hope that Zach Frazier does slips to us, which I think can possibly happen. So it all dependent on what we do. So I do think if we go Jackson Powers, in my opinion, I think Troy might be the better pick. We get a right tackle and move James Daniels at center, who's played center in the league previously and was a good center. So I would prefer for us to go with Troy. Now I think this pick isn't Quinyon Mitchell if Jackson Powers Johnson is there. If JPJ is there, they're gonna draft JPJ. If not, I like this cornerback pickup for them. So the Eagles got in a deal for number 4 previously for Vikings. So they got them getting Nate Wiggins. I don't think I had Cooper getting picked yet. Or I had Cooper. Yeah, I don't have Cooper getting picked yet. I think Cooper is somebody that can go here, versatile corner. He's a corner / safety who can kind of play that Kyle Hamilton role now that they got the D-backs coach from the Ravens to be their D coordinator. So I like that pick. If Quinyon were to slip to the Eagles, they would be the happiest team alive. And I know that's something that they would be looking forward to. Yeah, they just released DJ Humphries. So Tyler Guyton is somebody I could definitely see them going after. In the dream world, Troy Fanatu, hopefully I'm saying his name right, drops to them. J.C. Latham, they definitely just lost Tyron Smith, so they need somebody there. This is interesting. They said Kool-Aid, but to me, Newton is actually the best interior defensive lineman here. And if they can get him as defensive line is a need, that would be great. And I think that's somebody they can use for sure. If Newton, they drafted Kancey last year, so I don't see them getting him unless they move Kancey to defensive end with the loss of Shaquille Barrett. Because now they do run a 4-3, so that's something that they could potentially do. But if they were to get Newton and pair him with Vita Vea and Kancey, that's going to be a nasty defensive line. I like that. Adrian Mitchell to the Cardinals. I like this pickup. I think I said, well, they already drafted a receiver. I don't see them double dipping back. Oh, where did they do this? When did this trade happen? Via Houston. Do the Cardinals have 3 first-round picks? Oh, because they traded with the Vikings. So that makes sense. But do I think they double dip and go back into receiver? Nah, I don't think so. I think they go after edge. And if Chop's there, they might go after Chop. Or they already got a tackle. Yeah. I think they go to Chop. I think they go to Chop. Here. All right. And then Graham Barton would be a great pickup. I'm skipping some teams. So let me go back. Keon Coleman. I think if Adion is gone, then they go with him. But if not, then Keon Coleman, you're going to be that team. Chop Robinson would be a great person to put on the opposite side of. Well, they did get Davenport too. So obviously you mix a run rookie. I also still like James Houston. I think he's pretty good. Just needs to get more time. Obviously he's an elite pass rusher, but Chop can be there further up that defensive rotation. They still say their needs are receiver and DB, so potentially, but I think they're going to address that second round. Graham Barton to the Ravens. I would absolutely hate that as a Steeler fan, but that'd be a great pickup for them. Graham Barton is the best guard in this draft. So, and he can also move to the center position if he needs to. So that's somebody I like that for them. They got Mims going to the 49ers. That'll be a good pickup for them. Surprisingly, they don't have the Chiefs up here. And I think if the Chiefs were to draft they probably would draft a DB, another DB here. I don't think I had Nate Wiggins going that early as where he went. So I think Nate Wiggins, yeah, I think he's going to drop. And I think Nate Wiggins may potentially end up on the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm saying Quinion Mitchell ends up out of this, the best picks for me for what they did. If Quinion Mitchell were, obviously Jackson Powers to the Steelers, and I'm rambling here. This is so, Newton to the Bucks would be so disgusting. So disgusting. I don't like them drafting 2 wide receivers. And I get why you need 2 wide receivers. I think Keon Coleman will be a great pickup for the Bills. I hate the Bo Nix. The Bo Nix, and I think that's the one that's more likely to happen, is nasty to me. And then obviously Marvin Harrison Jr. This is still a draft. If the Chargers were to stay pat and get Marvin Harrison Jr., they would move their team in the right direction in such a big way. It'll be crazy. It will be amazing. So I give the score. I give them about a B on this draft, on this mock draft right here. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. I think it's a solid B. So yeah, man. Shout out to Dan. I want to make sure I get the names right. Dan Wilkins and Dane Bellback on this mock draft. I don't hate it. I'm gonna do my own mock draft at the end of this week. Let you guys get my thoughts behind every pick that I have. But yeah, man. Till next time. My name is Wayne, and we'll holler at you.